Welcome to the Two and a Half Citizens podcast.
I'm Zen.
And I'm Pablo.
And we're going to get right into it. It's a Monday, and I'm going to say that it's a Monday like it's I'm feeling Monday vibes today.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I got some Sprite. He's got
the Arizona iced tea.
You got to hold it like an influencer, put it up to the camera like this.
Look, my favorite side sip.
Mm-hmm.
I side sip in regular life just to practice.
Yeah. You know, we're not sponsored by you guys, but it'd be nice if we were.
Wasn't that a really nice side sip? You ain't even got to teach me.
Yeah.
But this week has been, I mean, certain serious things have happened where I'm like, I ain't got no opinion on that.
Yeah.
But some things.
Nor do I want to have an opinion on that.
For real. But some things have been fun.
Yeah.
So let's look at let's get into a few of these topics this week. So for starters, your boy Kanye has been wilding. They keep on bringing up the fact that, because I guess everyone assumed when Kim Kardashian was on, walked out for Donda.
Yeah, when she was because she was in a wedding dress. So everyone thought they got remarried.
Like
on
everyone
stage.
thought, they're
they're good.
They're good. But everyone specifies that, divorce from Kim Kardashian moves forward. And with that, you're seeing him come out in some really wild. So he performed Runaway at that wedding in a really wild mask. I don't know if you saw that.
No. What? Wait, did he curse?
I don't know if he cursed. I didn't see, but it was also it's looked so uncomfortable for him to try to even perform like that. Like, I don't know. It just didn't even seem to make sense. So he's wearing this mask like this. You just see him performing. And so you see him wearing this really weird gray, almost Slipknot type mask, adjusting it the whole time, singing seemingly off key.
And then it's all muffled because he's wearing a mask. He's wearing
a mask with no mouth hole. So he's at this wedding, and after he's at this wedding in Italy, he's just out spotted wearing stuff like this,
another mask,
which looks like a Michael Myers mask if Michael Myers had Downs.
Yeah.
Am I wrong though in that explanation?
He doubles down. I'm not
Did you just say that I double downsed?
Oh my god.
But I say all this to say that what's going on and why do they keep on mentioning, by the way, him and Kim are still getting divorced while he out here looking
I wonder if that's strategically the Kardashians are we're tired of this. He's going to be doing wild stuff. By the way, we're still getting divorced.
I mean, she mentions it in the SNL thing, which...
Yeah. I just made you watch it.
Which you just made me watch, and I appreciate it. Now, of course, there's writers. That's right. But it's not always about that. It's everyone has writers. Professionals have writers. Mm-hmm. It's about delivery.
And in the willingness to be I'm going to talk about that.
I'm going to say that. Yeah. Sure, yeah, I'll take that. I don't care. I'll be a good sport about this.
Mm-hmm.
And delivering it as well as she did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm okay, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, there were some skits where I've seen them act better in their own show.
But I feel like you almost have to overact and act bad for SNL.
True, but they were just really bad.
Really? I didn't watch any. I mean...
I know, I just made you watch the monologue.
Nowadays, who really watches SNL unless you just are a real big fan of that one celebrity? And that's this celebrity bringing eyes to SNL, not SNL bringing eyes to these people anymore.
No, for sure. And, dude, this mask is tripping me out.
It's just crazy looking.
Yeah, why, Kanye? Why, Ye? Why? Explain yourself.
How, Ye?
Yeah.
But I
ain't got the answers.
He's full.
You ain't got the answers. Sway ain't got the answers.
Sway! How, Sway? How? So, is this the Italy look? I don't know. I've never been to Italy.
Me either, bro. I don't know.
But he's out here.
Wait, is he in whiteface? Could we consider this whiteface? It's a pale face.
Yeah.
And it looked Caucasian, kind of.
It does have Caucasian attributes. That's possible. We might have to cancel him for this one. He apparently lost the home in this divorce, like the home that they shared.
That weird white house that they had.
I get the $60 million home.
The one that they're like neighbors with Drake.
Probably wherever. I guess maybe a lot.
Bro,
of the stuff
Drake has ammo for that.
So Drake has so many places though, and I already think that Kanye knew this was gonna happen when he went and bought that weird ass house.
Which one?
The one that was like off the beach.
All his houses are weird. There's one that's like all white.
The most recent one where they were like, he bought this crazy priced house that people didn't think it was going to be bought because it's like a very unique house. It's like only for a very specific type of buyer. Mm-hmm. And Kanye got it. So it's kind of like, okay, he's getting this house because he knows that she's going to keep the other crib with the...
Oh, probably.
You know what I mean? So like, I'll just grab this one because I know you're going to keep that other one. So
yeah.
That it's been like...
What is he wearing? Like rain boots? Like Walmart rain boots?
Those look like it, right? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if those show Yeezy or anything. Well, it said all black
Balenciaga.
All black Balenciaga outfit complete with full face mask. So this is him pulling up to the airport. Off-white.
Wait, is this his
It's an
mask?
off-white mask.
Wait, so is this his mask? Like, to wear at the airport? Like, to keep him free from COVID?
Possibly, because... Well, but it looks like the mouth and the nose are open, right? So... But unless it's like a mesh...
Dude, I don't know.
But basically, apparently the mask is off-white. Oh, but I don't know if that's just saying the color.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know Virgil making this. But the outfit's all Balenciaga with logo zip-up, jacket, and crossbody satchel. But it still doesn't say anything about the shoes, so those might just be random rain boots.
Honestly, bro, if he does tour, like, Donda... and he's wearing like that stupid ass mask, and it's gonna be all muffled. I don't know that I would want to go.
I don't know, but what's up with this? What's going on with Tiffany and Co. and all these people? So Tiffany just did the collaboration with Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah, and everybody got mad. Why did people get mad at them again?
Well, because historically, like I don't know, things the brand represents and. Kind of being like, why are you guys promoting that as opposed to, you know what I mean? It's just internet shit.
Uh-huh.
And then I guess he performed Runaway on Flashing Lights at the wedding of Diestre, I don't know, founder. Okay, so I guess that's a brand. Founder Gerald, I'm not about to pronounce these Italian names. And Tiffany & Co. EVP Alexander Arnault. So he performed for this wedding for the Tiffany & Co. EVP. So they really get in bed with these Tiffany and Co. people, like as all the Illuminati, everyone that we think's Illuminatic. They're all getting in bed with Tiffany and Co. So I don't know what that means, but we should start looking into that.
Should we go to a Tiffany and Co. and request to speak to Jay-Z?
Well, I think we should go to Tiffany and Co. and see what kind of triangular necklaces that they're pushing.
I don't know, bro. You get hit with... Whoa, is that why the box you get is blue?
Yeah.
And it got the pill in it?
So that's what I'm saying. There's definitely room for
not.
Suspicion.
Don't quote me on any of this. This is stupid.
Definitely room for suspicion. So watch out. Watch out with Tiffany and Co. That's all I'm saying is they need to be watched. But look what they have Kanye wearing, Doc.
But staying with this family, yo... I know my man Scott is punching the air right now as we speak. Scott, we are here for you, kind of, not really, because you date 19-year-olds and that's weird.
So give me the backstory of what you know, because I know absolutely nothing. And I know you've browsed through when your girl's watching and you've seen some episodes probably.
I mean, when my girl's watching, like, this show's been going on for a long time, and I grew up around the women. So, I mean, like my cousins would be watching this show, and like I'd be hanging out with them and their girls, and like I'd watch it. My sister.
So this was a family. Like y'all don't watch sports. Y'all watch the Kardashians.
Yeah, I didn't grow up watching sports. And like,
Wait, what day isn't it Tuesdays?
I have no idea.
What day would it come out? You know the day.
I don't know the day. I know straight up. I don't know the day.
You know the day because y'all
Straight
made
up.
it an event.
No, straight up. I don't know the day. I mean, it's not even on E anymore. They like ended the show.
Well, now, but
Anyway, so Kourtney and Scott would go back and forth a lot.
Scott Disick, the
Scott
only other
Disick.
white person that was ever in the relationships, right?
Right. So basically, like from the beginning, like Scott would like basically he just had an alcohol and drug problem. So he was really difficult to deal with, but she like powered through that relationship as much as she could. Super toxic, I'm sure. And I mean, they would have breaks, they would break up, they would come back together, have breaks, break up, come back together. I'm sure when you have that many kids with the same person, it's probably hard to like fully like detach yourself from them.
Yeah.
You know, because there's kids involved. Like, if there wasn't kids involved, like they would probably never speak to each other.
But
and
it's
I think
one
that's
of those things where we have to see each other, so let's try to make this
and then
cordial.
like, and then in those breaks where they would be single is where they would like, I feel like rekindle something.
Because it's great for the show or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there was points where it'd be like it was great for the show, so like let's keep it going. I'm sure that was a reason too, like, or the fact that like the family likes him so much. So because I know that watching a couple episodes, even in the last season, basically like the family's like, when are you gonna like stop messing around and like marry Scott, basically. And then she was like, I've asked him to change certain things about himself. He hasn't done it, so until she's like, until he does what I asked of him, I'm not gonna date him again. And there's a whole thing in the show where like she like went to therapy and like tried to do better for herself, which shouts out, you know, therapy's awesome. Go. And yeah, so she gets into like starts getting to like more serious like relationships, and then I think one thing that I've noticed is guys that are like manipulative and like don't really like to change their ways and are really like man children, they tend to date younger women because older women don't have, one, they don't have time, and two, can see through the BS.
And they don't want to like, they'd rather just like not deal with it. But
yeah, like the wildest thing, like Scott, like when he was dating like Lionel Richie's daughter, who was like 19 at the time. This man was like 30 some, pushing 40.
Yikes.
Yeah, like, you know, like,
yeah.
I feel like he would like try to drown out the fact that he wanted to be a Kourtney with like just like
young bitches.
Yeah, basically. And now she got into this serious relationship with our boy Travis Barker.
Travis Barker, I mean, Blink-182 for starters, just done so much for like, you know, the pop punk wave and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Then he started going into like this hip hop wave.
Yeah.
Where he would just play drums for random rappers.
Mm-hmm.
First time I had remembered hearing it was like Eminem way back in the day. And then now you just see him with like everyone. Like he started getting really into like underground scenes and like the Florida scene. He did things with XXXTentacion. He's done stuff with MGK.
Yeah, him and MGK, like our boys or whatever.
He's done like anytime that you hear like, damn, those are real drums. That sounds like real drums. That's usually Travis Barker.
Yeah, I mean he did Tiny Desk with Young Thug, was it?
Yeah, he also did.
Only at the end though. You did tell me about that, and I watched it, and I was like, that's not Travis. And then he comes for the last song in the Tiny Desk.
And then he did, I believe, that when Post Malone did that tribute, that Nirvana tribute, and he did that like live streamed performance, that he had Travis Barker playing drums for that too.
Mm.
So like, he definitely does a lot for like hip hop, and it's cool seeing him like break out from just like Blink-182, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be able to move forward and stuff. He had that near death plane crash, which was super crazy. Like multiple people died, and he like survived, and that like traumatized him from planes for like the longest. And so like there's definitely baggage, I'm sure, that comes with like dealing with someone who's had as much kind of like traumas, ups and
Yeah.
downs, and like substance type stuff
Yeah.
as like.
I will say, Kourtney and Travis look like a cute couple, even though most of their pictures are pretty like sexual and gross. And like, I shouldn't be y'all shouldn't have, like, why would you let people take pictures of you like this, bro? Like, it's kind of weird.
Because I think the it's
Bro, if
this
y'all
weird-
are like licking each other's faces, like I don't.
I think it's this weird rock star type thing right now. Like you're getting the same vibes.
Yeah, from Megan and
MGK, and they're like this power couple. Did you hear that? Did you see that GQ thing?
like next time we see him, he's just gonna be like motorboating her or something.
Did you see that? People have been making fun of their relationship a bunch lately.
Yeah.
Because they did like this GQ thing.
Oh, I did see. I didn't watch the video, but I saw that they
apparently
did that.
the first time they ever met, she said, "You smell like weed," and he said, "I am weed."
What? This is what happened.
First time. Look at him now.
Wait, so what are people saying? Because I feel like that's funnier than this.
It's just memes of everywhere. Like the "I am weed" memes just have been tearing up. Let's see what happens if I Google
I am weed.
and see what happens. So let's go to the images because I don't want to see any videos. They're just gonna pull up the whole thing. But I mean, he said, "I am weed," and in that moment, we were infinite. Okay, look. I just remembered this tall, blonde, ghostly creature, and I looked up, and I was like, "You smell like weed." He looked down at me, and he was like, "I am weed." And then I swear to God, he disappeared like a ninja in a smoke bomb.
What?
I think that was the actual quote.
Yeah.
But it's just like
Wait. The Bella.
This one?
No. Go. No.
This one.
No. It was the Twilight one.
God damn it! Where's the Twilight one?
Right there. No. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You smell like weed. Your scent. It's like a drug to me. You're like my own personal brand of weed. I am weed. Okay, so this has been like the meme of the week because he's been getting a lot of hate in general lately because and I was on team MGK because I was like, you pulled like the my dream girl from a kid. You know what I mean? Like you're living the dream.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you were younger like me.
He reignited her, yeah.
Yeah, like when you were younger like me, you were like Megan Fox. That's the one. And you did.
He probably watched like Transformers like the rest of us and was like, whoa.
Yeah, Jennifer's Body and was like, okay. And made it happen, right? Went from like just being like when I see stuff like this, he was always a nerd. If you look back at like his history, he was working at an airbrush shop, an airbrush t-shirt shop. And every single time someone would come in, he would rap to them and then like try to sell them or give them a mixtape. Like to be that person, like that takes a certain level of cringe naturally to be able to just like, most people kind of just like, you know what, that's a little embarrassing. I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. But
I have self-respect.
You know what I mean? But it worked for him. He did it. He didn't care about being nerdy, and he said this fucking line, being face to face with Megan Fox. And that's what you say?
I am weak.
You know what I'm saying? And it works? Okay, right? But then he, when people try to, I think anytime someone takes any sort of shot at him, he feels like he's got to defend himself because on the low, he really is kind of like an easy target by the way he looks and stuff.
Yeah, anything he does, bro, it's pretty.
So like, I think that somebody had like, I don't know if he took it as that, but it seemed like maybe someone in Slipknot had made like a shot at him. And so he like basically said, listen, I don't want to like misquote this. The person who posted the MGK Slipknot disc seems to have gone private, so you can't see the video. So here it is again if you missed it. So here's what he says.
Hey, you know what I'm really happy that I'm not doing? Being 50 years old, wearing a fucking weird mask on a fucking stage. Fucking shit. So anyway, what's everyone's favorite candy? Reese's Pieces?
So he does that, and so ever
Who
since
else is
then,
weed in here?
who else is weed in here? So after that, he pretty much like every time he goes on stage, most because the music he's playing right now, he's been playing rock.
Like he
festivals.
switched up the genres, bro. Like,
So he's playing rock festivals, and most of these rock festivals are huge Slipknot fans, and he just gets booed every time he goes on these festivals.
And like these fans are like
Die hard,
they're like die hard, bro, because they had to watch their scene die.
Not only that, these people listen to the same songs.
Yes.
Like still.
Yeah.
If you go on a 94.5 The Buzz right now, it's still the same songs that you've heard 10 years ago.
That died.
That died, but they're still on that station, being played regularly on mainstream.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they don't ever forget, like they're still listening to that album. So it's like
they never got off it.
They're 50, being like, wait. And they just realized they were 50 when you said that.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait a minute. Shit, we've been listening to this album for 20 years? And now it's weird.
Yeah.
So now everyone's upset at him. So that's been a big thing. He's been getting a bunch of shit. And really, I mean, truly, I most times think he's just responding to something that, like, people have, like, thrown shots at him because they just think it's easy.
Yeah.
I think 6ix9ine has the same type of situation where everyone just says something, kind of like thinking they can just say something to 6ix9ine, which they can, but sometimes he starts wiling back. You know what I mean? So that's been interesting to see every single time he goes on stage, him just being booed off like that.
Wait, I want to see a video of him being booed.
I'm sure it's everywhere. Where can we find this?
But yeah, man, needless to say, Kourtney, Travis, we're happy for you. The ring looked huge, by the way.
It looked insane. It was that teardrop.
Yep. I was like, I'm...
That louder than life. So he did the Riot Fest thing, and then apparently he just like pops up and then like gets booed off here immediately. So I don't want to... This can be sad if I let that ad play.
Enjoy the rest of the concert.
He's just kind of getting constant, you suck. Middle fingers up in the air. People just saying boo. And he's just going to keep on going through it, but that's just like kind of what he does. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what he does. Like I said, to be the type of person, how many people do you think told you to like fuck off whenever you're at an airbrush shop and you're just trying to get an airbrush t-shirt and some white kid's rapping to you?
Yeah, like, bro, leave me alone.
You definitely dealt with a lot of being turned down and stuff, so I'm sure he doesn't let that shit bother him.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where it's like, you got to know your audience when you're...
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to switch up genres, then make the genre mad. That's like becoming a rapper and then being like, honestly, fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah. Like, honestly, bro, honestly. Fuck them all. You know,
like I don't know. It was just like coming up here and being like,
dude, trapping is stupid.
Huh?
Trapping is stupid.
Yeah, he just like comes up into the scene and then is like, yo, honestly, like JC just needs to like cut that hair. Like that shit's just ridiculous. Like, what is he doing? Looks like a pineapple. Like,
bro, he makes way too much money for all that.
Or if
bro, Beyonce could do so much better.
Yo, what if it'd be like, oh my gosh, him just like popping up and then coming into the hip hop scene all new and being like, you know what, like Beyonce kind of just needs to like shut up and sing.
Damn.
So I don't know, man. It is like a tough thing where it's like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's like when I first saw Slayer post Respect Your President when Trump like had gotten elected, and I'm like, wait, I thought we were supposed to like not give a fuck about the government. I thought we were supposed to be like punk in the scene. When the fuck did you start like respecting people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing where maybe MGK is like, yo, I thought rock is where you're supposed to just be like raw.
Yeah.
But on the low, it's kind of where like the most sensitive people are.
Oh yeah.
Like where I encountered the woke culture for the first time and really what that is was hardcore shows and punk shows.
Yeah.
Like those were the people that were like canceling each other. And then it transferred into like the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So like rock people, kind of pussies. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
rap is the place, and barely, because you see the baby is an exception, where you can kind of say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Kinda. You can say whatever you want
About
in a
murder.
song. In a song. You can say whatever you want about murder in a song.
Okay.
But
and
if
drug
you
dealing.
if you say anything like,
And disrespecting women.
you can talk about disrespecting women in songs for sure.
Yeah.
But say something like that on stage, like
The baby.
or tweet it,
Yeah.
it's a rap. Say it on Instagram Live,
It's a rap.
it's a rap. Because the problem is, and people won't admit this, that most people don't understand what these rappers are saying when they're rapping. So they can't cancel what they can't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But if they tweet it, they can read that shit.
Yeah.
And then they know.
Then they know.
Then they know what they really thought.
Yeah.
There's always benefit of the doubt. I was 100% certain that Megan Thee Stallion's big old freak said, usually I like to fuck, but tonight we gonna make love cause you gay. I swear to God that's what I thought it said. Swear to God until I looked up the lyrics and said, we gonna make love cause you bae.
No, bro. I thought, and WAP, I thought when she said, gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me. But she says drip down the side of me so fast, and like it sounds all like one, like, you know, when you're like typing in
Yeah.
Word and it's just like a whole sentence like that, like you don't use spaces. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like to me. I thought she said, gobble me, swallow me, something, and then I like something got lost in the translation. Like I didn't know what she said in between, and then somewhere along the line I thought she said sodomy, and I was like, "Whoa, this is why people are upset." I thought people were.
If she used it by its sin name, if she
And I said, "Damn."
okay, imagine when she said, not only we gonna talk about this, but I'm gonna use the sin name.
Yeah. So you Christians know.
That I'm talking about sinning. I'm being disrespectful
I thought it was a diss track.
to God.
But yeah, straight up, I thought she said sodomy.
And that's the crazy thing is I have this thing where I think people are like, I don't know what they're saying, so like the beats, I'm riding with it. We don't care.
I mean,
but they're
like,
talking
bro,
about some disrespectful things on these songs. Right here.
Back in Blood is the most incriminated song in the world.
Oh yeah, like, oh he's his trial's coming up soon.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Well, catch us at the courthouse reporting it live.
I don't know why this was said, but apparently like they're saying he could be facing life. Mm-hmm. But according to someone else who's dealt with like charges in that county or whatever, they always say that. They always say like the max sentencing of what they could be facing so that they can kind of get uncomfortable and maybe start making other decisions. But they never actually like give that kind of sentencing.
Oh, so they could start snitching?
Yeah, the second they'll just say like you could be facing life, and they'll be like, oh shit, life, and then you automatically start rethinking your priorities or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to turn out. He seems very confident. I guess him and his lawyer seem very comfortable. So that makes me wonder, like, I don't know what's out here, but like, how is that like okay, right? Like, there's certain things where it's like just words and feelings were hurt, and I get that that's like you want people to feel okay, but like some people have situations where like lives have been like greatly affected, and like generations and families like have to deal with like these types of things. But
Like the song Who I Smoked?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, but we're cool with that because that's like more entertaining, and for some reason,
Yeah.
feelings matter more than lives.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it goes back to what Dave was saying, how the baby was able to kill someone at Walmart, have it do pretty much nothing
Yeah.
career-wise, and then he says this one thing, and then people are like, granted, I don't agree with what he said, but it just doesn't really, like, the logic is like,
And if you ask me, most times if a rapper of the baby's type, if you find out they murdered someone, they actually had a real case, it actually makes their career better because now
it boosts them because it gives them credibility in the streets.
It seems like, oh, you're real. Like what you're talking about is not just bullshit. You're not just making up stories. Like here's an actual example of you having done something. So now I can believe all this other stuff. And, you know, it could possibly be, could not possibly be. I know for sure he killed one dude. There's more bodies than I got.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you're...
more bodies than I got.
I mean,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's like the thing where it's like... I don't know what type of morality we should be following, right? And I guess that's why, like, some people have that debate about like Christianity in general. Like, if you're not a Christian, like you don't have morals because people.
I think that's stupid. I got a homie that I want to get on the podcast one day. That he's kind of been blowing up.
I just spilled the tea.
Yeah, you did. He's been blowing up on like TikTok and stuff, and he basically makes fun of like church chads because they exist. Yeah, like church f boys, like
Josh Benson, right?
Yeah. Shouts out the homie. So he like, so basically he makes fun of like church f boys who will be like, yo, like, you know, God told me that we was gonna get married. Like I love your heart. Like blah 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 blah. You're an amazing woman. You have all the qualities to like be my wife. And then like 2 weeks later it'd be like, you know what, now God's telling me that I like need to be in a season of singleness and like pursue something else. Like my trajectory in life is going different. So basically just dudes being like f-boys and justifying their actions by saying like God told them to do it.
So like that's the same fear that I would have with like ancient Christianity, right? Where like there's a time period, and I always remembered this of like, that's wild, of like a time period where the church ran the state and most people, like the average population couldn't even read. So like,
that's why, dude, separation of church and state, I believe in it wholeheartedly.
Because that was wild where like people couldn't read, and whatever the church was feeling that day, they're going to tell you, you can't proofread that shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what started like, so that's what started like Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but like Martin Luther, the guy that started the Protestant movement when he broke away from the Catholic Church that created, then more movements started happening. But like this is what kind of started modern day Christianity outside of Catholicism, was on that kind of level, like where he like read the Bible and was like, wait a minute, some of this stuff y'all saying ain't the same as what was in here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he like became literate at some point and was like, wait a minute.
Like, wait, now that I'm checking this stuff, shit ain't adding up.
Y'all didn't let me read this, but now that I'm reading it, y'all doing this wrong.
They didn't offer Bible study classes over there.
Yeah, I guess it didn't.
So that's where I'm like, it's crazy where you're like, oh, people really, it sucks because like that's one of the biggest things that people hold like dear. Like that's why people don't even really want to talk about that kind of stuff too much, because people with religion can get into, no, I don't care what you're saying, this is what I believe. So like if somebody's like, if you are in that way and then someone's just telling you this stuff and you want to believe it wholeheartedly, like you can be controlled, like you can be run. That's kind of how a lot of wars start. That's pretty much how a lot of like groups, countries,
and then like there's a lot of things that like people try to like cap on. Like kind of how we were talking about this off record, where people are like trying to claim like religious exemption for like the vaccine.
Yeah.
Where it's like, vaccines didn't exist when the Bible was written, but yeah, whatever, dog.
It's also like on what like because how does
that's why it's such a loose representation, because it could just be like, what religion? My religion.
And then what's the difference between a religion and a cult? And by what I've understood is like, has your leader died?
I don't know, man.
Ain't it? Kinda. Because then they're a saint and now it's a religion.
Oh my God. I don't know, but
because at that point this could just be a cult of the unvaccinated.
Because yeah, basically, bro, like I don't know, man. Like I hear people and like just say like the stupidest stuff, like I believe in God, so I ain't getting the vaccine. And then
like God's gonna make sure I'm protected, and then those same pastors were preaching that like can die of COVID like the next week. It's wild.
Yeah, and like I'm like, no, like, you still wear seatbelt when you drive, you idiot. You don't get on.
You be wearing seatbelts?
Yeah, I be wearing seatbelts, bro. You don't get on like 290 and go, God's got me.
I be Jesus take the wheeling sometimes.
I mean, sometimes you have to, sometimes, but you don't do it all the time, bro. You're not whipping down Westheim. You're not swinging down Westheimer with your eyes closed because God got you.
Did you listen to that song?
I have.
So good, right?
Yeah.
The album at all, or just that song?
Just that song and like Travis's, and then the one with Kali Uchis.
That song, they're a thing.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
That song, so good.
Yes.
Super, super good.
I've heard it like two times.
There's also listen. So here's the thing you got to do is you got to pour up a faux. Mm-hmm. All right.
The 40 or
no? Okay.
Or like a Four Loko, because I don't want to drink that.
Well, I was referring to lean because of Houston, but which we don't condone lean or opiates of any kind. Don't put this in cough syrup.
Yeah.
But hypothetically, right when the sun's getting down and the Astros are about to play, and you drive around, you go to
Sonic.
You go to Sonic. You get the Route 44. Pour the Sprite. Go down Westheimer all the way until you pretty much hit into the Galleria, and then try to make your way over to like the stadium side. Play that album, and it's a vibe. That album, just front to back, having just like these Houston vibes, Houston samples, Baby Keem features, Don Toliver features. It's the vibe. Kali Uchis features. It's the vibe. It's what I recommend. It's the sound of the city.
Top of the morning.
It's the sound of the city.
Is it? Okay.
I'm calling it the sound of the city.
You've heard it here first.
Now,
Don Toliver's new album is the sound of the city.
And what sucks is Drake blocked the number one. Again. This is like his fourth number one he's blocked. The only one who managed to surpass through the Drake blocking of the number one is Youngboy.
Really?
Yeah, because Youngboy better. But Youngboy did block the like
Youngboy's album did just come out, didn't he? Or he came out with something.
Yeah, it just came out. Like, so Drake's been on the number one, like in the rankings for like 6 weeks or something like that. And like week 4 or something like that is when Youngboy's album came out.
Yeah.
And so then that's the only one like they were battling.
What about his case? Is he gonna be free again? I know they named it Youngboy Never Free Again.
Yeah,
which is really messed up.
I haven't heard too much more. People are saying it like if he is. But I haven't heard much about that one. Yeah. Like it's just a bunch where I'm like, okay, you have
you seen that they released a Mac Miller posthumous album again?
Yeah, Faces.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of it, but then like he starts rapping about drugs, and it just feels different because he's, So then I'm like, this is really dark.
I mean, I had the same back and forth battle with Lil Peep because like his are exclusively about drugs. Like, this album that he had released right before he passed was called "Come Over When You're Sober," and then the posthumous album was "Come Over When You're Sober" Part 2. And he's just talking about like drugs the whole time. You know what I mean? So like, it's one of those things where you're like, all right, like it makes sense. Like you have to, in this weird way again, separate the artist from the art. And when in remembrance, you think about like, it's like when you listen to old Amy Winehouse albums or songs like that. And you're like, yeah, you could sit here and be like, damn, it's just upsetting because you see that that's what ended up happening. And you know that in the back of your head. But you really say like, okay, in the weird way, she was the sound of alcoholism at its best then. And it's like the same thing that you kind of have with Mac Miller, which is like, yeah, well, it sucks that he had to go like that, but you see where it where we got the art. And at least if we can't have him here, we can appreciate the art for what it was and where he was. So that's why, like, I really think a lot of these things are like markings of like where you were in time, how are you feeling, because I know for me as someone who makes stuff, it's like, how did I feel when I made that? And that's going to make the sound of it. Right. So like, I try to just look at it. I wasn't as big of a Mac Miller fan. So like, I didn't like listen to it. Yeah. But I do know a lot of people who are like diehard fans. And like, I think it's good for them. Yeah. Like, I think it gives them a little more closure.
Right. I can see that.
So really quickly, I do want to bring up the fact that I just learned that Kanye got granted the permission from the judge to legally change his name to Ye. No surname, no middle name, just Ye. So he's
Capital Ye or lowercase Ye?
It looked like lowercase Ye,
Whoa.
but I'm not sure.
Whoa.
I mean, the news thing looked like lowercase Ye, but we're dealing with Ye now. It's an end of an era. Also, Apple event just happened today.
Okay.
They got HomePod minis.
What's that?
They had the big ass HomePods, and now they got these mini ones.
Is that their answer to Alexa?
Yeah, 100%. I was looking at the whole thing, and then they released AirPods Generation 3.
What does that mean? Is
Third
it like
generation AirPods.
in your head?
Same thing.
Bro, they look like the ones.
They do look like the ones. They do look like the ones, but
Are they tiny? Are they tinier?
I don't know. I haven't gotten into the details of the AirPods, just the HomePod. Because
Okay.
I ain't updating my AirPods. Are you?
Huh?
Do you have the Pros or do you have the regular ones? AirPods.
I have the regular ones, bro. I'm a regular person.
You don't got the Pros?
Bro, I drive a Toyota Corolla. Who do you think I am?
I drive a Honda CR-V, but I got the Pros.
Okay.
Like, hold on. So there's times that like we've been talking over the phone,
Yeah.
and like I have AirPod Pros in, and you have.
I didn't sound broke to you?
Damn, dog. I just thought you were in a bad area.
No. And we ain't even gonna talk about who my phone carrier is.
Hold on. Who's your phone?
No. I'm only saying that.
Hold on.
No, hell no.
Hold on. If I guess you, is it Sprint?
I had Verizon.
But who do you have? You have T-Mobile now, don't you?
I'm not saying
You
who
have
I have.
T-Mobile, don't you?
I'm not saying who I have. I'm not saying who I have.
Bro, that's like Metro PCS.
I'm not saying who I have.
You have Metro
I don't have Metro
PCS?
PCS.
Bro.
I'm not saying. I'll tell you off record. I'll tell you.
All right. Oh, because you don't want people to know what phone carrier you have because they might hack into your... Okay, I get
Yeah.
you. I get you. Conspiratorially, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So, Apple is taking over our lives. I also found out, by the way, you can FaceTime people with Androids.
How?
You send a link.
Ew.
It's weird, but you send a link, and then they can open that link, and then you guys are FaceTiming on the FaceTime app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's real life. We're here.
Mm.
I think we've ended like classism.
No, because their texts are still going to be green. There's no link to make your text blue.
Yeah, no, there has to be. I bet you there's probably going to be something like that where like, because
And
the whole thing is sending
what
over
about
internet.
group chats? What about group chats, bro? You still can't do group chats.
I know. Don't get me started on that. Group chats are what get me. Group chats are the things that I'm like, okay, you know what? You need to get a separate phone for this group chat.
Literally.
Like, even if it's a bullshit iPhone.
Stop making me get like 3 text messages.
Not only that, have you ever been in a group chat with people that are like half Android users, half iPhone users, and someone on the iPhone side wants to react to a message?
Oh, bro. And
So then it just sends up as a certain as a separate message.
It's the whole message again. It says like so-and-so liked blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
And then there's always one person who didn't get the text in the main text group, and they got it separately, and they're like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that shit. We need to find a better way. We can't use WhatsApp because I don't trust Facebook anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, like, where are we now?
Bro, WhatsApp just makes me think of like the days when I didn't have an iPhone and I just had an iTouch and I would like text people. I would text you like that.
Yeah, that used to be the way. Like, if you didn't have an iPhone, you had an iPod Touch, and you pretended you had an iPhone. Like,
Yeah,
you made it an iPhone.
Legit, that's how I operated.
And like, Kick Messenger was the wave back then. What happened to Kick? How do you lose a whole messaging platform?
I don't know.
Because, like, I remember back in my toxic days, like, when you were like, when I was like in toxic relationships back then, and like, we will block each other on everything except Kick, and then like months later,
for the you up text.
yeah, for like months later, it's like, yo, been thinking about you on Kick, and That was the only reason that app was relevant until a certain point where like I don't know how it happened, but it like happened as a as a society. Like it first starts being ridiculed. We're like, don't hit me up with no Kick Messenger. If you try to hit me up on Kick, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So then people stopped using it. Then I deleted it, and I remember just seeing the news one day, Kick Messenger is officially dead, like gone. And I'd be like, oh shit, R.I.P. I remember that.
Yeah. It went into the internet cemetery.
And that's where I wonder, like, where does all that data go? Does it get sold off to someone? Like,
Probably.
How do I mean, if nudes get sent in there,
which they probably did.
Are they saved in, are they gone somewhere? Did someone else buy? Because the way I feel like companies end is kind of like the way it happened with Vine, right? Which is like a company buys you and then just dissolves you, right? So, like, didn't Twitter buy Vine?
I don't remember.
Or someone like that, and then they just deaded it? They were like, and someone was like, yo, y'all fucking the business up, bought them, and then just let it die. So that means that company has to probably save that data or what have you, like whatever it is, so that they can.
So is the moral of the story is don't send nudes? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, you really can't. Like, you know how many celebrities have gotten their clouds hacked?
Yeah.
And just nudes are out? Mm-hmm. It just happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like you can only take Polaroid pictures and send them via USPS.
Ooh, I don't know. USPS might lose that.
Bro, imagine you just have a nude just out. Damn, and you can't do Google Drive. We obviously saw emails can't be sent because...
Bro, okay, why do people send these sketchiest things via email? I only use email for work. Like, what the hell,
Yeah,
bro?
I know. So that's why you ain't never sent yourself nudes and saved them in a folder in your email?
What kind of psychopath do you think I am?
I'm just saying.
That's some serial killer stuff, bro.
You ain't never done that?
No.
You ain't never created a shell LLC with a business email so that you can...
Damn.
So that you could...
That sound crazy, bro. What the hell?
You ain't never done that?
No.
Damn, that's mad wild of you, dog, living in this internet age and not have at least one shell account.
Jesus.
Like, that's crazy of you.
Oh, it's crazy of me? How dare I?
In this society, dog. In this climate? Oh, speaking of, what was, like, when you were younger, what was your, like, stupidest email name? Did you have any stupid email names?
No. It was always, like, my name.
Me too, but I remember seeing some, like...
Bro, like, okay, so in college, my first job in college... I worked at Career Services where I critiqued resumes for people who were about to graduate. Mind you, I was a freshman in college, so I don't know how the hell I got this job.
That's wild.
And I was critiquing
like, I don't even have a resume.
I was critiquing people's resumes. And I would see some wild emails, and I'm like, bro, you're going to send this to an employer. Like, this is crazy. Like, it'd be like ganjablowing69@gmail.com.
I saw this crazy Facebook video about like someone who just goes around and like when they're paying and they get asked for an email, say like the most ridiculous email. Like it was all these crazy
You watch
emails.
Facebook videos?
No, I was in the car with Seth while he was playing a Facebook video out loud. He was not surfing through Facebook, playing videos out loud.
Oh, okay.
Like it makes me so mad. Like, and I ain't got money like that.
You just put Seth's age out there like that? Because if you watch Facebook videos out loud like that,
I don't even got money like that. But it'd be the type of thing that make me like be like, do you need me to buy you some AirPods? Like sometimes like I get frustrated. Like, why are you doing this to everyone around you? Like it's frustrating. Like it's because I always have an AirPod in, and it's not even. I'm always playing something, but even if I'm not, like I'll answer a phone call on it.
There are times where I'm like, I'm in my apartment and I'll be like with my AirPods in, and I'm like, I'm in my apartment. Why do I have AirPods?
So you got to figure out the flow. Do you have how many smart speakers you got in the crib?
None. What do you think?
What?
I drive a red Toyota Corolla, bro.
All right, dog. That's for your.
No, I'm just kidding. We have one, but it died. Like the battery died. I got to charge it. I haven't charged it in a while.
You got to get at least one of the, I don't know if I have one in here, so I don't want to just say the name out loud, but one
Still
of the
outside.
ones with the A.
Mm-hmm. Alexa!
Still. Her, super convenient. Back and forth travel of like, boom, connect, play music, boom, connect. I'm on my AirPods. Go here. I can go onto the app and like, if you have multiple ones sprinkled around the house, you can just say, play this everywhere. And there's everywhere where you at. I say this again. I got like 2 of them from like a pawn shop for like $9 each. I got one of them for free with getting Amazon Prime Music for like 3 months. And then I got the device for free. So there's ways to finesse yourself around these things because they want you to have them. Because they want you to, they want to permeate your home with their technology. So I think you should get some, dog. Because being at the crib with AirPods in, it's like those people who just exclusively watch TV on their phones.
Okay, I see that.
It gives me that vibe of like...
some struggle vibes?
Which is like, that's just how they choose to live. But it's like, you must have dealt with some struggle growing up because like, ironically, that's how homeless people be living. Like they have chargers, they have phones, and they're just watching movies on their phones.
That's true.
That's barbaric.
It's not.
I remember doing that whenever like a hurricane hit when I was in middle school. All right. And the power was out. So I said, I guess I'm going to watch The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody on my phone. It's barbaric, dog.
Bro, okay. So I don't understand why homeless people have, and I don't want to like dog on homeless people, but
No,
like
go ahead.
the audacity.
I want to hear this.
The audacity for you to ask me for $1 when you have an iPhone in your hand is like mind blowing to me.
No, for real. That like we've hit this different area because like I gotta end on this type of note because it's kind of like the attention thing where like some people are saying like homeless is like a derogatory word now because it's like doesn't mean they're homeless, they just don't have a house. They're couch surfing or whatever. Like there's that whole thing, right?
Nah, dog, you homeless.
Then you have Demi Lovato. Did you hear what she said? Remember last time? Look. Before I was trying to walk around eggshells when she came out as they, them.
Yeah.
And I said she might be doing it for attention because her heroin album flopped. She just came out and said that she doesn't think that ETs should be called aliens. That's derogatory and they need to be called extraterrestrials. Do you know any aliens getting offended?
This has been the 2.5 Citizens podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. We care about you. Tell your tias, tell your tios, tell your primos, tell your primas. We out here on Big Brr.
On the brr. We out. Bye.